Today, my dear friends, we're going to play something that some people for decades have trouble playing. I know why. There's a trick to playing it. There's a trick to changing smoothly from one chord to the other. I'll play the piece. You'll know it. I've done it before a long time ago, so I didn't have many subscribers then. I'm going to do it again now, and I'm going to show you this trick because it's one you should all know. You'll all know the song, but it's one you should all know how to play. You'll know it. Of course, it's House of the Rising Sun by the Animals. Now, what is it that people struggle with, I hear you ask? Well, one of the main things is getting from, there's a lot of chords in it, and it's got quite a tricky little pick, but it's only tricky when you don't know how to do it, okay? So I'm going to show you one more time how to get around this particular problem, all right? So, first of all, download your free idiot-proof paperwork by clicking the link below. You all know where it is by now. Click that blue link and you'll download this. It's only a few pages, but it shows you, for those new to the channel, where your finger positions are, okay? But more importantly, what you're going to do with your pleck down here, okay? This is really important. This is part of the fiddly bit that we need to get our heads around, okay? Once you know what it is, you'll wonder why you struggle with it, for those people who've had a problem with it. So download this, either look at it on screen or follow it on paper with me, and we'll get stuck in. Now, the good news is it uses chords you'll all know, and the only tricky chord in there is an F, but it's a simplified version of F, so we haven't got a problem there either, okay? So there's no panic. Now, the trick is it's something we've discussed before. It's all to do with open strings, all right? So let me show you how this works. I'll show you one chord, and then we're going to use the same technique for all the different chords. Okay, so we're going to start off with an A minor. Bog standard, nice, simple A minor. And if you look at your paperwork, we're going to hit a 5, followed by a 4-3-2 with what I've called a rake, where we get our pleck, and we sort of drag it down the strings. And then to finish this particular pattern, we'll play 1, 2, 3. Now in your head, think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4. Think of it like that. And just get used to the pick first. Now I always do that by blocking the strings and get that. Now before we do that, I'd like you to click the thumbs up. Before we do any more, click the thumbs up, which lets other people know that you like the video and it circulates more. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. Now don't forget, for you oldies, subscribe doesn't mean you pay anything. You just click the subscribe button, the little bell thing or whatever it is, and it'll tell you when I put a video up. And if you don't want to subscribe anymore, or you get fed up, you just press it and it goes off again. And thank you very much for the tea and coffee donations, for those people that press the thanks button at the bottom of these videos. It pays for my tea and my coffee, as you all know by now, which I drink copious amounts of. So many, many thanks for that. It is very much appreciated. Okay, biscuits as well now. So let's begin. There's our first 4 chords, and we'll go through it. Okay, so this is the one we've just been playing with here, the A minor. Then we're going to go to a simplified C, as in not a 6-string version, just a 5-string, then a D, and then a simplified F. So let's begin. We'll start again with this A minor, and then we'll include that little bit of technique that makes it easy to change chord. Okay. Now, when you see this on tablature or in a book, it will show you how to play it thus. That word again. It'll show you how to play it like this. It'll say 5, then it'll go 4, 3, 2 with the rake, and then it'll go 1, 2, 3, and it'll show you the third string, being played in its position here as an A minor, which is completely and utterly wrong. All right, it's wrong. When you see it going to C, it will show you playing the C, and it'll have the 5, then the 4, 3, 2 with the rake, and then the 1, 2, 3, and it'll show you the 3 there, which is right. The clue is there, can you see? Then you'll do the D. I'll go over it properly for you in a sec. We've got this is what the book will show you, or tab. You'll see a 4, then you'll see a rake down on the 4, 3 and 2, and then a 1, 2, 3, where the 3 is held down there, which is completely and utterly wrong. Okay, why is it wrong? I can hear you say. Well, musically, it's correct. But if you do it musically correctly, you can't play it. And if you look at the chap that played it, I can't remember his name now, but a great guitar player. This is what he did. He played the 5. Now, there's a couple of things he did slightly differently to me, but the way I do it is easy for you to understand. You're playing exactly the same strings. I'll show you what he did in a minute. But he played the 5. He came down on the 4, 3 and 2, and then he did his 1, 2, 3. And then the 3rd string, he always plays open, okay? Bum to your C. See the way it's open to your D. Sounds weird. That's what's going on. To your F. Now the F again, we'll play it like the D with a 4, 3 and 2 on with the rake, and we'll use the 1 again for the 1, 2. It comes off again. So we have this. Okay? And that's how it's done. It's that open 3rd string on everything. Every time he changes chord, he plays an open 3rd. Now, you don't have to take my word for it. I watched Brian May during when the pandemic was on. I'd done it, and I watched him. He was playing it as well because it was one of the first songs he learnt, and he said quite clearly, he goes, look lads, girls, whoever plays guitar, we use these open strings even though it's musically incorrect. We use them all the time, and he cited this particular song and demonstrated. He goes, he always played an open 3rd, and he said again, and as I know as a professional of over 50 odd years, that's what you do to change chord. In classical guitar, open strings are written into the music, so you've got an opportunity to move your hand around. When we're playing it like this, we're using a pleck and thrashing the hell out of it. It's not really designed for that sort of playing. So consequently, musical rules are broken, as in this case. So let's have a look at page 1 in more detail now. So we've got our 5. Now you'll see the rake as I've put it here. For those new to the channel, there's our 5 there. You will see the 4, 3 and 2 in a bracket. Okay, that's where we're going to go. Bring, and we're going to do a little rake, as we call it, where you drag the pleck down, and then 1, 2, 3. Okay, so 5, the rake on the 4, 3, 2. I'll do it from this angle. Let your pleck fall down. 1, 2, fingers off. To your C. 5, same rake, 4, 3, 2. 1, 2, 3. Open 3rd. Sounds weird when you're playing it slowly. To your D. 3, 2, 1, because we've got only a 4-string chord. Use the 1 again. And you notice the 1, 2, 3, I'm always doing upstrokes. Now, the gentleman that played this on the record, he sort of went like this. He went up on the 1, down on the 2, and up on the 3. It's a very awkward way of doing it. And it's not entirely accurate all the time if you listen to the record. Same notes that I'm playing, but he went as if he was sort of half strumming it. I like it. It's neater, easier for you if you do this. Okay? C, D, F, A minor, to an E. And we've got more strings here, so we can play our 6. So we look at our where are we? 6, 4, 3, 5, 4, 3 and 2, and then 1, 2, 3, always coming up. Now in your head, because you've got to be able to play it in your head before you can play it, you know, with your hands. Bum diddly bum 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 biddly bum 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 bum, and then you try and marry up what you're playing in your head with what you're going to do with your hands. Bum diddly bum 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 bum. So if you look at the intro, we've got our A minor, our C, D and F. Our second page is A minor, E, A minor and E again, as demonstrated just there. Okay, now what I've done to make it easy for you to follow, because I'm not going to sing it, A, I don't have the voice, and B, I don't want to get a copyright strike. I've written the lyric out for this first verse across each of the following shapes. Okay, so there, and then we look at page 3. You'll see the lyric over the top. We've got same thing. What I'll do is I'll sing the keyword is house, New Orleans. It's onto page 4, A minor again. Call the rising, that was a C, to an E twice. Don't forget, everything we play is exactly the same as we did in the intro. And it's, where are we? And it's, we're on to page 5 now, folks. And it's A minor again, same as before. See the ruin of, I'm emphasizing the coming off, many more. And you know the words, come on. And A minor, God, I know I'm, intro repeats. Now watch my hand, I'm going to really exaggerate it so you can't be under any illusion that I'm not doing what I've just said. I'm going to really bring my hand of 6C. You listen to the record of House of the Rising Sun, slow it right down and you'll hear that third string pinging out all the time. Now, later on in the track, when the song is developed, he starts to strum. You know, when the Alan Price is doing all this stuff, he sort of he plays a strum like this. Think of 6 again. 1, 2 and 3 and 4, 5, 6. 1, 2 and 3 and 4, 5, 6. Do it slowly. Boom, da 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 ba ba ba. Dum da 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 ba ba ba. Down, down, up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, down, down. Now, as I'm playing that strum, what do you notice about the movement of my strumming hand? Okay, now we've discussed this when we looked at, if you look at some of the tutorials I've done earlier. I'm going to do this. If you were to turn the sound off, all right, this is what you'd see my hand doing. That's what you'd see. But I'm going to be playing this. And that's where people again makes, you know, it's easy mistakes to make. They'll listen to dum dicka dicka dum dum dum, and they'll do this quite naturally when you first start playing. They won't get the fact that the pattern is taken from your basic, you know, rhythm pattern, which is just down up down up. So boom daka daka boom 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 daka daka boom boom boom, and I'm missing the strings I don't want to hear. Ba 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 da da da. Put that with the chords. Now when I play this, when I play the F, instead of a little 4-string F, we'll play a 5-string F. Or you could do a bar, but a 5-string F enables you to then play, obviously, the 5th string, and we'll just mute the 6th string, or if you can do it, get your thumb over it. I just tend to mute it. So it would sound like this. I'm using a full C as well, because I like to hear that. That's C. D. F. Get the idea? You do? Good. But it's all about those open strings. Oh, and incidentally, when you're strumming it, of course, you'll bring your fingers off again, as we always talk about, you know. Dum, 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 now you don't hear it when you're playing it fast, but it's wrong when you play, you know, technically it's incorrect, all right? And of course, the people that transpose these music books, it would be abhorrent of those people to assume that we guitar players that play rock and pop and all that stuff break musical rules. But of course we have to, because guitars aren't really designed to just whack all the strings all at once, not all the time anyway. As I said before, classical music, you've got open strings written within the music, so you can get from one place to the other. When we're hitting all the strings at the same time all the time, we have no choice but to either stay where we are, leave a big gap while we move, or catch the open strings. Now clearly we don't want to make a big point of it, but we still hit them. So example, I'll show you now. So dum digga digga dum dum off, dum digga digga dim dim off, dum digga digga dim dim off. Okay. Now clearly, if you can move faster, eventually you can maybe. Well, you won't. You're just going to do it whether you know it or not. And that's how it works. All right. So. House of the Rising Sun. When you know the trick is playing the open third on the last upstroke of your pleck. One more time. Bum. Off. Go and check out Brian May. Go and have a look at him. Put Brian May, House of the Rising Sun, and you'll see him talking about the very same thing. And it's something that we all do, playing open strings, and we don't know we're doing it half the time. But just as you've got to lift one leg up in order to get to move forward, similarly, in order to get your hand from one place to another, unless you you leave a big hole in the rhythm, then you've got to bring your fingers off in order to do it. Right. There we are, House of the Rising Sun. Now I have done it before, but I did it in my other little studio downstairs. It was a bit ambient, as in it was echoey. The quality wasn't that good, and I only had about 10,000 subscribers then. So I've got about 30,000 more that have never seen how to do that. So all those ones that are a little bit ropey, I'm redoing. Okay, along with new stuff, of course. On Wednesday, we're going to do another beginner's lesson, and we're going to talk a bit more about changing chords smoothly. All right, it's really important, this, because if you can change chords smoothly and you know a few of the tricks of the trade, then the amount of songs that you'll be able to play that you thought that you couldn't, it will be staggering. All right, and you'll be surprised at how simple it is to play these things once you know the trick or the technique. Okay, I say the word trick, it's really called technique, but we oldies, we sort of, after you've been playing as long as I have, you sort of do it like, it's second nature. But beginners, people who've been playing quite a long time, they struggle with the same thing. Like this song, this is one of the ones that everyone seems to struggle with. So hopefully that will solve that. Right, I'm going to love you and leave you, and I shall look forward to seeing you on Wednesday. Again, thank you very much for the tea and coffee fund. The thanks button is down the bottom if you want to buy some biscuits to go with it. All right, but more importantly, click that thumbs up, because it really does help the channel. Or please subscribe and share everything you like. All this paperwork belongs to me, and I give you permission to do whatever you want with it. All right, share it. All right, you take care. See you soon. Bye bye.